Morning guys, weather's a little bit warmer today but still a little bit darker, and we are live with day 4 of week 2 of the Guildford City fitness live stream. Thanks again, keep starting with this, but thanks again for all the encouragement and time sharing you've been doing on the challenges. Again, I think Noah's really shocked the world with his 30 rounds of yesterday's ownership challenge. It'd be great if you could put a video up for us, Noah, just like, we all believe you, but I think a lot of people would really inspire them. And speaking of inspiration, we're just going to get going today. So we're going to change it a little bit, just so if you're on your own, it becomes a bit more measurable and a bit more concise with the warm up. So we're going to do the raise bits in between the mobility bits, and we're going to do 6 repetitions of each one as we go through. So I'll set off the timers so you can go with me. But in terms of double checking the quality of every rep you're doing, it gives you a bit more control. So we're going to start with dorsal press into sit back, then we'll do 1 more after that, bit of skipping, 2 more, bit of skipping, and go from there. So make sure you've got a drink nearby. We're going to get going in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So 1. Again, as you go through, just try and make sure you get a bit more reach on every rep. Okay, that was done. Then we'll do angry cat, happy cat. Thing with this, if you don't quite feel it in your lower back, just sit back a bit further, so hips back behind knees. You're really concentrating on that breath. So force your breath out on the way down. Breathe in as you go up onto your feet. 30 seconds of skipping to get your heart rate up. 3, 2, 1, go. So a bit more of a slow, gradual build up today. Back end of the week. Just make sure you're staying on top of your mobility and physical preparation. Halfway there. Okay, relax. From there, we're then going to go into thread the needle, so back down. And you're going to go 6 on each side for this. Breathe in on the way up, breathe out on the way down. Switch sides. Make sure, even if you can get more range, you keep your hips onto your feet, then keep your elbow on your knees. Big stretch at the end. Okay, then we're going to go into leg swings. Facing the wrong way around. So we're going to 6 on each side, low and slow, building it up, and side to side on the same leg. Switching legs, a little bit of momentum to get it going. 1. Side to side 1 more time. Okay, relax that one. Then we'll go toe touches. Again, if you're used to doing walkouts, you can. But with this, I think it gives you a little bit more lower back preparation for all the running you've been doing. Walk actually tend to lose a lot of tension at the bottom part. It becomes almost more of a shoulder warm up with a little bit of a hamstring stretch at the start. So you can mix it up if you feel like your lower back's fine and you just want to stretch hamstrings. Do more of an RDL type hinge. Sit at the bottom, keep your back flat. And we'll go into a bit more skipping. In 3, 2, 1, go. If you're outside and you have skipping rope and you prefer to use skipping rope, feel free. Just keep a rhythm, make sure your posture stays the same. Okay, stop there. A bit more shoulder preparation. So scat press. Knees if you want, up if you don't. In 2, 1, 6 reps again. Get a really big push from your upper back. Make sure everything else stays level. Drive your hands into the floor. Okay, I'm going to go prone IYTWs this time, just to make it a bit more challenging to get my hands up behind me. So, 6 reps. Instead for this one, you're just going to do 4 in each position. So, head down. So again, the bigger challenge if you go through your 4 is trying to keep your forearm really high up behind you rather than just sliding forwards with your hands on the ground. The more you lift your wrist up, keep your hands off the floor, the harder it's going to be. Lots of clicking and popping. Get them one more raise. There's 30 more seconds in. 2, 1, let's go. So if you did have a rope, you could go through all 4 strokes with the skipping, break it up. So remember you got fly. No, not fly. Back. Fly would be. And then breaststroke. And stop. Okay, you guys grab a quick drink. I'm just going to run through the set. So, I ducked a raise today. We need a chair and a big cushion. Set up as if you were going to do side plank. Knee up on the side. And try and lift yourself from the ground up. Go back down. If you want to make it a bit more challenging, do less reps. Big pause at the top, as long as you're going down and back up. Then wide push-ups. Same as normal. Just make sure your hands are a little bit further out than shoulder width. Could be more work done by your chest. Bring that back. Split jump. So ideally alternating. So in split stance, like a half squat. Jump and land as long as your feet are in the same position every time. Into streamline crunch. So back down on the floor. Don't have to sit up all the way. Stay in streamline. Focus on that thoracic mobility. Get your stomach really small. Then it's a side plank. So start of the week we were straight arm. Back end of the week now, we'll make it a bit simpler. Just go forearm. Both sides, 35 seconds each. And then finish off with a skip. So, 10 seconds or so, just to get yourself ready for the start of the round. Okay, then we're going to go adductor raise in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So again, if you start to struggle with that, put 15 seconds left, turn it into a bridge, drop down, go back up, hold for a few more seconds, 5 more seconds, just develop that strength. If you can't keep that straight line body position, relax, 10 seconds rest. Okay, going again in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. It doesn't really matter what the top leg's doing, whether it's bent or whether it's straight, as long as your knee is supported the same amount as it was on both sides. So if you start to struggle, turn it to a bridge, hold there, little break, make sure it's consistent, 2, 1, off you go again. Last couple of seconds of this part of the session, and relax. Okay, wide push up. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. You're going to start to struggle, use the belt, go into eccentrics, fall down slow, as long as you feel most of the work coming from your chest. 2, 1, relax. 10 seconds off, go for split jumps. So make sure your feet are set, start on the ground if you want. In 2, 1, go. So again, if you start to wobble, hold it. Or you can just go on one leg, do half the time there, switch over, or you can go split, land, feet side by side, reset, land again, last 1, 2, 1. So there's a cat on the shed roof, it's distracting me. Streamline crunch. So back down. In 3, 2, 1, let's go.
God, the cat's proper staring at you.
Like it wants an autograph or something. Let's go. So again, make sure your low back's always flat on the ground. Even if you have to come out streamline to get the reps done, hold it for longer, make sure it's all really tight in here, and relax. Okay, then you're going on to side plank. Left side first, in 2, 1, let's go. So because you're starting on your forearm today, you should feel a lot more like it's just hitting your core, less around your shoulder. I mean, for me, scap control counts as trunk work. But because you're lower to the floor, there's going to be more work done by your obliques and your hips. Stay nice and level. If you start to struggle, same again. Knees on the ground, feet behind you, and relax. 10-second break. last side, and then skipping to finish the round. In 2, 1, let's go. Again, those that are feeling adventurous, you can try and go into a star plank, hold your feet separate, or just do them as raises, go up and down. Just make sure the main things you focus on: elbow under shoulder, core tight, and stay in a straight line. So last 10 seconds, shouldn't be able to see hips past my knees, past my heels, sorry, and relax. A skip to finish. In 3, 2, 1, go. So a bit harder to make challenging, but obviously you could do it like this, knees quite low, not leaving the floor very much. If you do less of them, you'll bounce higher. It's more work done by connective tissue. Being springy takes a lot more energy. Relax. 2 minutes off, and we're into round 2. If you haven't had a chance yet, make sure you go back onto the Facebook channel, have a look through and watch Kate's talk from last night. Some really good basic tips around how to manage your nutrition in general. Next week's topic is going to focus a bit more around what to do during the lockdown. But for now, it's good just to revise, especially for us as coaches. There's ways that you can manage it without going too overboard with the detail, just so you're kind of aware. A lot of the stuff you're looking at the minute boils down to awareness. Making sure you know what goes into your body, how much of it's going in, what you need to make sure you're adding if you haven't got it. Excuse me. So again, for those that watched yesterday, if you're struggling with the wide push-ups, it's much better to use the belt to help you, because when your elbows and wrists are outside of your shoulder width, you can put a lot more tension on your chest muscles, so they're doing more of the work. So whichever width you go with, the muscles that are working are always going to be the same, but the emphasis on each one's going to change slightly. So narrow grip's going to be more tricep dominant, wide's going to be more chest, shoulders kind of around about the same, depending on how much your elbow goes behind your body basically. So even with dips, you'll get more shoulder work done if you go deep rather than shallow. But if you feel like you've got any niggles or joint issues when you're doing it, it's always better just to cut it short, play it safe, and just let your body adapt to the stress you're putting on it. 10 seconds left of the rest. So we're going to go back into adductor raise for 35 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. So you can even hold at the bottom, pull yourself up. I think an iron chair isn't the best surface to do it on. Sofa cushions are far more forgiving. So I'm going to do holds just to stop it digging into my knee. But otherwise you can just do a hold anyway. Rest in 2, 1, switch sides. Other side in 2, 1, let's go. So 2 or 3 seconds at the top, 2 or 3 at the bottom, up again. Just make sure your hips stay pressed forward the whole time. Up. So from a side on view, if you watch me here, it's just making sure your hips don't fall behind It's a small difference, but it's very noticeable from the outside. Relax. Then you've got wide push up. In 2, 1, let's go. If you have to make changes, keep count before you switch. So next time you come into it, you can try and beat the number you got. Stopping in 2, 1, relax. Split jump. In 2, 1, let's go. So make sure your landings are nice and safe. Land into a squat and switch sides when you're ready. You'll probably find one side feels less comfortable than the other one, or less consistent technically. But the point is, as long as you practice, relax there. Make sure you're practicing evenly on both sides, because making sure that you're symmetrical on both sides will start having an impact on how you perform other tasks. Next exercise is side plank. Pillar down in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Again, those that have got little weights. If you want to start challenging your scap control on the top side, this is a great opportunity to practice that, especially if it's an unusual shape, more control required. Carrying on and switching sides in 3, 2, 1, relax. Okay, and after this we're back into A skip in 2, 1, let's go. Make sure you fluff your pillows if you're doing this. You start to make grooves, that's messing with your stabilizer, your stability. As soon as you feel that you can't lift your hips up, go down onto your knees. Still quite a lot of work getting done down here, especially if you've pre-fatigued with the straight leg. So almost there, a bit longer, stopping in 3, 2, 1, relax, into A skips. Finish off round 2. In 3, 2, 1. So again, thinking about running economy, quite important that when you do it, you're just naturally letting your arms swing. So it's not robotic. Just get your muscles used to that rhythm. If you spend less time trying to stay robotic, that economy goes up. So if you're like Ben Dritten and Ben Rowett and you're trying to break that 20-minute 5k threshold, this economy thing is going to really start to play a big part. Relax. 2 minutes off. Take drinks in. How many people watching?
There are 9 at the moment.
9. Thanks for sticking with us, guys. So just a reminder, today's challenge is around respect. And it's another volume challenge. So 3 exercises, 100 MAC, as quick as you can. Looking online, I think some people are looking at the CrossFit Angie set, which is like their baseline. It's basically the same as what we've done for Guildford, but we're taking the pull-ups out, just so everyone's got a fair crack at it. So as much as there's other things happening elsewhere in the world. If you're sticking with our program, you'll still see that same incremental improvement in your results. But obviously it's all part of the double headers that some of you have been given by your coaches. And again, Performance Squad, making sure you can recover well this month so we can get after it hard in a little while.
Neil says, going well, Jordan. Strong arm emoji. Neil.
Oh, well, I've got that strong arm emoji. I know I'll be fine for the day. 45 seconds, guys. Just make sure you're taking on water. Again, comments and questions, send them to me, send them to Lee. We'll try and amend the sessions as you want us to. 20 seconds. Get your kit ready. Make sure it's the right way around. 10 seconds left. Last chance for a drink. I'm going to try doubling up. So adductor raise in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. That's way better. There you go, a bit of common sense.
Got there in the end.
Well, again, just embarrassing when I know I'm writing the sessions and then I haven't thought forward. Albeit that is harder, which is why I've written it this way. Hold the bottom to finish off. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Quick. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Oh, no, I'm that guy. Starting late in his own session.
I mean, it's been quite a challenge having to adapt stuff to what you can do at home, so.
Yeah, definitely. I think other people are finding that too.
Yeah.
The amount of people that are asking what they can switch pulling for. Few seconds. 2, 1, stop. Just walking that right side. Wide push-ups. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. I'm going to go wide eccentric this time. So elbows down behind you. Which again doesn't look like a massive difference, guys. But if you go side on like this, and you see elbows going out this way, and not behind, it's only going to develop your chest basically, because it's doing its job of bringing your elbow into the midline of your body. That way, you're going to get a lot more shoulder work done, a lot more tricep. And if you want that symmetrical athletic development, you've got to focus on that elbow position, even when it's hard. So 2, 1, relax. Into split jump. Okay, people hear me battering on about it all the time, but it's a massive difference from that to this. 2, 1, let's go. So we've got alternating split jumps. Depth is not the biggest priority. Catching and landing is. So again, technically, if you don't feel confident on one side, it's better just to repeat it on one side and then switch over. Relax. Streamline crunch. In 3, 2, 1. Go. I think Sky Crunch is in one of the challenges for this week, which is why it's not on the main sessions. But if you prefer them, you want to do them, you want to challenge yourself, feel free, the chair's there. And relax. Side plank. The left side first. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So a little adjustments are fine. It's tight turnaround for a very specific reason. You guys want to make it a bit more anaerobic, have less rest in between rounds, so your heart rate stays high. Your body's still going to start producing lactic acid because of all the effort you're putting in. You'll get much better at clearing it during high intensity exercise. So 2, 1, switch sides. In 2, 1, let's go. Again, the anaerobic exercise paradigm, it transcends strokes, it transcends distances. So like we said, if you're a distance swimmer, the higher your threshold is, the faster you can swim before you hit it, the more efficient you'll be and the quicker you'll recover. Almost there before we go into ace skips. 3, 2, 1, relax. Final part of the session, guys. A skip going in 3, 2, 1, go. You want to change the pattern? Makes it more challenging to have to bounce and hop on one foot, or you could go power diddle. Relax. Again, different rhythms just put different challenges on your limbs. Makes it much harder to concentrate as well, so you get more work done for a bit more concentration. Can't stretch off. I'm going to time it. Go through the challenges I read through. Jack on if you're outside. In 2, 1. So 30 seconds on left quad. If you are doing these lying down, you would check your progress. Hips on the floor. If you can get your knee up without arching your back, you probably get a bit more stretch. So your hip flex around your quad together. Switch sides. So I'm just going to do it now. See how it compares.
So we've got a question. It says, "Hi Jordan, what is an alternative to pull-ups? Thank you."
Pull-ups. So the only two that I can come up with without having to buy a suspension trainer. So a lot of places you look online, suspension trainers, you can shut into door frames. So if you open a door, hook it over, close it, you just got to make sure that the door frames are iron supported so they don't collapse. But not my first recommendation, because I don't want people spending money when they don't feel comfortable doing it. Is bent over rows. So you have to make sure you switch over onto a hamstring stretch. In 2, 1, left hamstring. Best bets are bent over row. So I've got this bag here for the second session. You guys are doing it tomorrow. So this is loaded up currently. We're moving it the weekend anyway, with loads of textbooks from university. So bend over, hold that flat back position like you do on the blocks, pull it into your stomach, hold it for a few seconds, go down nice and slow. So if you're the sort of person that can do pull-ups quite easily, this is not going to feel very challenging. So you just have to make sure that it's as heavy as it needs to be to challenge you. And if you concentrate on holding this for like 5-6 seconds and going down really slow, you should start to feel it a bit more. If you've got a table that you can do inverted rows with, same thing, lie on the floor. So should be finishing up hamstring stretch now, guys. If you lie under the table, like you're going to do a glute bridge, hips up, pull your chest up. So it's basically like a pull-up, but instead of going in this direction down, it's that way. So hopefully that answers your question. Like I said, I'm not endorsing suspension trainers, but if you feel comfortable, if you've got one maybe kicking around the garage that you haven't used in a while, that's definitely your best bet. But without a pull-up bar, there's not really an ideal way to practice that. I think again, some play parks have them, but lockdown, I'm not saying go out and do that. So just make the best of the kit you've got at home. Do it single arm, makes it a bit harder. So you can pick up one heavy thing. Suitcases are good too, probably get a bit more in than that. Maybe do half the round on one side, half the round on the other. Okay, thanks for the question though. That's probably one of the most common ones that I've had come through over the last week or so. So timing wise, we're now on to inside groin stretch. So I'm going to show you a frog bridge today. So on your back, feet together, knees out to the sides. Push your hips up. But as you do, make sure your knees still go out. You don't want to come up together. Push them out. If it's too easy, bring your feet closer. Just squeeze as hard as you can for about 10-15 seconds. And if you want to do it at rest as well, you should start to notice if you're quite beat up, you'll start like this. If you go on your phone and just close your eyes and breathe for a minute or two, your knees should feel that they're dropping down. Then if we go lat stretch, I'm going to go with the classic, but I prefer that one over there. So 2, 1, reach over. So head down, imagine someone's pushing your chest into the ground. As long as you keep your belly button between your knees. The more you reach over to the side like this, you might not feel it quite as much. But if you want to work your way around it, so here, and just pull further and further as the stretch increases, then that's fine. You always want to start in the same place every time though. Switch sides. And if it feels like it's too tight, then your best bet is to try and do those shrugs. So here, try and pull your shoulder down towards your hips. Get it nice and tense, and then relax again. Which is probably why I'm preferring door handles at the minute. The chest stretch to finish off. 2, 1, let's go. And same thing, if you want to angle yourself down a bit, door handle will work. So if you go side arm, shoulder in line with wrist. So for those that are pretty gym savvy, if you imagine doing a dumbbell fly, so here, out to the side's the same thing. That's out of the shot, so I'll go with this. Imagine you're doing an RDL with your hand on the table. Relax. Switch sides, so if I can get my elbow in the shot. 2, 1, off you go. The camera on both sides. So you see that bend I've got there? So you should let the bottom of the dumbbell fly. Hand off. Just because I've got a bit of elbow bend, it's almost like the bottom of that dumbbell fly exercise. And again, if you want to squeeze, push your hand down a little bit to get some tension. 3 seconds, little squeeze. Sink down, just see if it feels a bit easier. Just always make sure that your elbow's in line. That way. Elbow in line with shoulder, so it's not drifting up here, it's not down there. So I'll leave that there for the run through of the cool down, guys. Quick cover of this challenge. Like we said, today's one is respect. So if you are sharing it online through your own pages, it'd be hashtag GCSE, hashtag squad name, and then hashtag respect. So, like I said, 3 exercises, 100 reps, and you've got to just do it as quick as you can. So start the timer on 0, crack on, and see what you're capable of. So respect, you've got 100 burpees, 100 bicycle crunches, 100 up downs. So the hard mode I'd say for this one would be to just do the burpees and then move on to the up downs and then onto the crunches. No, sorry, burpees, then crunches, then up downs. Or there's nothing stopping you from being forward thinking about it and breaking it up however you see fit. The main thing, again, unlike some ways of doing these challenges, is just to mindlessly rush headfirst into getting it done. If you can break it up, plan little breaks. So for some people, that I've talked about, me when I did a 100 rep squat challenge, you have to do 100 squats, 100 kilograms as quick as you could. If you do it in rounds of 10, going that close to your ceiling is going to hurt you a lot more. You'll need longer rests. If you do it in little short bursts, you can take more rests but much shorter, and it keeps you working that much harder, and you should finish a bit quicker. Just a suggestion for those that are watching the video, so there's some free advice for you. That covers it for me. Tomorrow's equipment list. So like I said, you think you've got bent over rows tomorrow, so you will need, you've got over under bent over rows number 2. So if you want to start finding luggage in the garage or if loading your bags up, think about doing that now. Just you've got a good weight ready to go for tomorrow's session. Hamstring raise, so we need the chair again. We're going to cover Hindu push-ups, so just a little bit more shoulder stability, a bit more fluidity in the movement. V-sit holds, shoulder taps, and skip medley. So some other tutorials around that. That's it from me. Have a great day, everyone. And from everyone in Guildford City, thanks for watching.